The God-forsaken thing. There is no such place as a God-forsaken country. And you may find that a controversial and even an astonishing statement. When you look at countries around the world and we see people being beheaded by demonized people of a certain Satan-infested religion simply because they refuse to be converted into that demonic religion, we cannot but think that we are looking at God-forsaken countries. The citizens of these countries are fed on a diet of hatred and lies that result in them screaming for the genocide of certain nations and people groups. According to an article I had read last year, 2025, the following number of people have been slaughtered over preceding years in Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, Sudan, just 500,000 babies in itself, Somalia, Ethiopia, and Congo. This Satan-infested religion has committed more than 46,000 acts of terror in over 70 countries since murdering thousands of innocent Americans in September 2001, New York City. And the followers of this demonic religion proudly state that they love death more than sane people like me, and I trust you, love life. Other examples of countries that we might say are God-forsaken, when we see people living in abject poverty, whilst the crooked politicians live in the lap of luxury, dine on caviar and champagne, we think that we are looking at a God-forsaken country. When we see countries with famine, when we see war-ravaged countries, and on, our automatic response is to say that we are looking at God-forsaken countries. But, to repeat my opening statement, there is no such thing as a God-forsaken country, God-forsaken community, God-forsaken state or a province or county, God-forsaken city, God-forsaken family, and so on. So, then how do we make sense of the above horrific events and situations? There is no such place as a God-forsaken country, etc. But there is such a thing as a place that has knowingly and deliberately forsaken God. It's not God-forsaken, it is the people who have forsaken God. All the above are examples of countries where the people have forsaken God. You may say that people who are being abused by the government have not necessarily forsaken God. But if you look at the UK since 2024, you will note that it was the electorate, the people themselves, who had willingly and knowingly voted in politicians who, by their own definition, and please note this is by their own definition, they are slime balls. They are adamant that God did not create them. So by inference, they are saying that they are slime that somehow inexplicably morphed into human shape, into the human beings, and taken on some of the attributes of human beings who were created by God. But slime will never have integrity, slime will never have a conscience, slime will never have compassion, because slime can never love. Slime exists just for the sake of existing. No integrity, no conscience. So the electorate, the people themselves, they clearly voted out God, forsaken God, and had voted in, by their own definition, these slime balls. The result is exactly what any sane man and woman would have expected when you have slime ruling your country. No free speech anymore. Unprecedented illegal invasion by people from the Satan-infested countries who bring their own reign of terror upon the British-born people. Sorry, I just want to go back to the no free speech anymore. If you read the book 1984, you will see the prime example of where the UK is going in terms of free speech. So unprecedented illegal invasion by people of the Satan-infested countries who bring their own reign of terror upon the British-born people. Murders, rapes, violent protests, and so on are being reported almost on a monthly basis. Sad state of affairs. British people being vilified if they even dare to fly the British flag in their own country. I cannot get my head around it. Country that's ruled by slime balls. The national debt is skyrocketing. Taxes are constantly increasing, and the GDP is plummeting to practically 0%. An increasing number of concessions being made to the European Union in spite of the British people having said they want nothing more to do with that cancerous institution. The electorate, of course, can decide to vote God back into their affairs, but even then, it will be a hard road back from having been a country who had knowingly and willingly forsaken God. Following last comment about the hard road back, the USA is a prime example of this. The electorate there had in 2020 knowingly and willingly forsaken God by voting in the so-called Democrats. In a short period of only 4 years, we saw the so-called Democrats showing their true colors, turning from pseudo-Democrats, Big Brother is watching you, they hold all the strings, you've got allowed to have your own thoughts as long as it's the lines 100% with their thoughts. You're allowed to say anything you want to as long as it aligns 100% with what they tell you to say. They turned into the Democrats. If you did not say what they wanted you to say, you were cancelled, you were vilified, your character was assassinated. And finally now, we saw the beginning of 2025 and on to now into 2026, they are now the demonic rats. They are knowingly and willingly trying to gnaw away at the very foundations of what made America great. The American dream, hard work, sacrifice, they're gnawing away at all those pillars, knowingly, willingly, happily, while at the same time fraud is the fraud that is being exposed right there in America at the moment, and they're smiling about it. They are defending the fraudsters, and on one can go with what is going on in America right now because of these demonic rats. They brought the country to the brink of total collapse by deliberately forsaking God. Godless policies and values received straight from their master, the devil, were worshipped and implemented, aggressively implemented, and God was only referred to in order to blaspheme against him. God is the problem. Americans who did not support them were, as I already said, vilified, cancelled, and even prosecuted on trumped-up charges. And the 6th of January 2021 is a prime example of how the demonic rats grossly abused their power. And talking of trumped up, they even glorified the attempted assassination of a fellow American who just wanted to do the right thing for the American people. A country that had forsaken God. Fortunately, there was a small remnant of God-fearing people who kept on praying and believing, and so God is giving the United States another opportunity. And I've got a video called The Body of Christ that you might be interested in seeing. But it is a hard road back. Further plots to assassinate the president have been uncovered by these demonic rats. God-fearing people are being murdered by the pro-demonic rat supporters. For example, people callously murdered while worshipping in churches, worshipping in school children being killed. Charlie Kirk viciously assassinated, simply wanting to to have open debate. The Russian Gate, everybody said Trump and the Russian Gate has been exposed as a shameful lie propagated by the senior leaders of these demonic rats, and of course the devil's mouthpiece, the sickening warped media. And I have a video called The Pow Thing that you might want to watch as well. And on one can go. A hard road back for America, because the demonic rats are still screaming that God must be forsaken by the country. As I said, the senior leaders saying Christian men, and by inference then God, is the problem. They are rejoicing at what recently happened in New York City, where the electorate had gleefully forsaken God by voting in a prototype of the Antichrist. It supports all religions as long as it's not Christian religion. And yes, I've got another video out, Mamdani and the Antichrist. So dark days ahead for the electorate of New York City, but it is what they wanted rather than having God in their affairs. A city that had forsaken God. That's it. God is not happy at what is happening in the places who had forsaken him. But he respects our choices, and he will not force his blessings upon those who openly affirm that they detest him and thus forsake him. The choice lies with the electorate the people, us. We can forsake God or elect leadership who forsake God and live in a state of perpetual misery, discontent, suffering, upheaval, or we can embrace God and live in a God-blessed country, and thus a state of perpetual peace and joy, prosperity, and on one can go with the blessings that God pours out on a country that embraces him. Thank you.